We start the year with a bang, as the first PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium announcement of the year has arrived, including a huge AAA exclusive, with the following games available to play on Tuesday, January 21st, from around midday local time. Drop me a like and subscribe, and let's open the vault to look at all 11 games coming this month. First off, we begin with God of War Ragnarök. I have been waiting some time for this game to be added to PlayStation Plus, so this is a personal highlight. God of War Ragnarök is an action-adventure game, serving as the direct sequel to the critically acclaimed God of War 2018. The story continues the Norse mythology-inspired journey of Kratos, a former Greek god, and his son Atreus. The game delves into themes of destiny, parenthood, and the impending doom of Ragnarök, the prophesized end of the world. As Kratos and Atreus embark on a journey through the 9 realms, they will be confronted by gods, mythical creatures, and their own past as they try to prevent the catastrophic events of Ragnarök. One of the game's standout features is the dynamic combat system, which builds upon the foundation of its predecessor, offering players more versatility with weapons like the Leviathan Axe, Blades of Chaos, and new tools such as the Draupnir Spear. You can switch between weapons during combat, adding depth and strategy to the game and making encounters feel more engaging and fresh. Similar to its predecessor, the game has breathtaking visuals and intricate level design, truly crafting a unique, immersive realm. While the gameplay is polished, the complex systems and abundance of mechanics like managing upgrades can feel a little overwhelming to gaming beginners. That being said, the emotional storytelling, cinematic sequences, and diverse gameplay makes this a must-play for many. God of War Ragnarök received universal acclaim with a Metacritic score of 94, and this game, like the others on this list, is available to play from January 21st and for both PlayStation 4 and 5.
その時はお前らも渡せもこの世に生まれてきたことを後悔させてやる
Next up, we have Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name. A spin-off in the Yakuza, or Like a Dragon series, this game focuses on Kazuma Kiryu, the protagonist of the series, who has assumed a new identity after faking his death to protect his loved ones. Set between the events of Yakuza 6 and Yakuza Like a Dragon, the story delves into Kiryu's struggle to stay hidden while being drawn back into his criminal past. This is a fast-paced, action-packed combat game that fans of the series love. With a mixture of brawler and tactical styles, players can choose between raw, impactful strikes and more strategic maneuvers depending on the situation. The game also brings back the vibrant open-world exploration the series is known for, with plenty of mini-games, side stories, and quirky activities to keep players engaged. While the game caters to longtime fans, newcomers may find it challenging to follow the intricate narrative and its connections to the broader Yakuza series. Additionally, the open-world design, while lively, sometimes feels repetitive due to recycled side activities and quests that don't significantly deviate from previous titles. Despite these drawbacks, the game still delivers an engaging experience for series enthusiasts. Taking around 15 to 20 hours to complete, this bite-sized spin-off is a great addition to the universe, with a generally favorable Metacritic score of 78. Set in a vast, sand-covered world plagued by corruption and ruled by oppressive gods, Atlas Fallen Reign of Sand is an action-adventure RPG and is the ultimate version of Atlas Fallen. Armed with a magical gauntlet that manipulates sand, players become the hero as they fight tyrannical gods and uncover the truth behind the desolate landscape. The fluid combat mechanics and unique use of sand manipulation is what makes this game intriguing, where players can shape weapons mid-combat, allowing for different dynamic fighting styles. The game also includes vertical exploration, with players gliding across sand dunes and scaling massive structures, adding a sense of freedom and adventure to the story. You can also play solo or co-op as you hunt for legendary creatures and master the sands. However, the game can feel repetitive at times due to the lack of variety of enemy types and mission objectives. If you haven't played Atlas Fallen, then this ultimate version is a fun option for those who love combat RPG games, with the original game receiving a rather average 64 Metacritic score. From one action RPG to another, the next game this month is SD Gundam Battle Alliance. Set in the beloved Gundam universe, the game takes players through a series of alternate timelines and distorted realities called breaks, where iconic moments and battles from various Gundam series have been altered. As the commander of a squad, players are tasked with restoring order to these timelines by battling corrupted foes, recruiting allies, and uncovering the mystery behind the disruptions. One of the strengths of the game is its fast-paced and engaging combat combat system, and its cooperative multiplayer mode, which allows up to 3 players to team up and tackle missions together, adding a social and strategic layer to the experience. The game's visuals are vibrant, with a super deformed art style offering a playful twist on the Gundam aesthetic, but the grind for resources to upgrade mobile suits can feel tedious at times. The game blends nostalgia with a fresh narrative, making it appealing to both longtime fans and newcomers to the franchise, with a Metacritic score of 74. Now for something a little different, we have Sayonara Wild Hearts, a rhythm-based game with stunning visuals. The player takes on the role of a young woman whose broken heart manifests as a vibrant, music-infused adventure. As she travels through a series of dreamlike levels, she confronts her emotions and battles her inner turmoil. Expect immersive, choreographed gameplay, with each level synchronized to a catchy, emotional soundtrack, making the game feel like a dynamic music video. The controls are simple and accessible, allowing players to focus on the rhythm and visual spectacle without being bogged down by complex mechanics. While the simplicity of Sayonara Wild Hearts is part of its charm, it may leave some players craving more depth or challenge, but is still a fun option for something a little different, with a Metacritic score of a favorable 84. Although not the most popular game out there, ANNO Mutationem is another action-adventure RPG game available this month, and a welcome addition to the world of cyberpunk gaming. The game follows Anne Flores, a skilled combatant navigating a neon-lit metropolis filled with mysteries, mega-corporations, and conspiracies. As she searches for her missing brother, Anne uncovers a web of intrigue tied to experimental technology and her own hidden past. The unique blend of gameplay styles is one of the standout features to this game. The 2D action combat is fast-paced and satisfying, featuring fluid animations, diverse weapons, and strategic dodging mechanics. The seamless switch to 3D exploration adds depth, allowing players to navigate bustling cityscapes, interact with NPCs, and uncover secrets. The cyberpunk aesthetic is beautifully realized, with pixel art and 3D environments combining to create a visually striking and immersive world. The story, while intriguing, sometimes struggles with pacing and clarity, leaving certain narrative threads feeling rushed or unresolved. Despite these flaws, ANNO Mutationem remains a visually captivating and memorable experience for fans of cyberpunk and action-adventure games, receiving a mixed Metacritic score of 71. Next up, we have Orcs Must Die 3, a tower defense and action game set in a fantasy world overrun by hordes of orcs and other monstrous creatures. Players step into the shoes of war mages defending magical rifts from these relentless invaders. Whether solo or in co-op, players must use their wits, skills, and arsenal to survive waves of enemies and emerge victorious. While the gameplay is engaging, some players might find the difficulty curve uneven, with certain levels feeling either too easy or frustratingly hard depending on the traps and upgrades available. However, if you enjoy strategy games, this is a must-try, with a favorable Metacritic score of 77. We have a few RPGs on this list, so why not one more with the narrative-driven RPG that is Citizen Sleeper. Set aboard Erlen's-Eye, a sprawling space station populated by outcasts and survivors, players assume the role of a sleeper, a human mind digitally copied into an artificial body owned by a corporation. Struggling to survive in a dystopian world, the sleeper must navigate a society riddled with inequality, make alliances, uncover secrets, and pursue freedom. This is an immersive game, which relies on strategic decision-making. The dice-based system creates meaningful trade-offs, forcing players to prioritize between survival, relationships, and progressing the story. While the dice system adds tension, it can also lead to frustration, especially during periods of bad rolls when essential tasks are at stake. However, with a Metacritic score of 82, Citizen Sleeper remains a compelling and thought-provoking game for fans of narrative-driven experiences. The last PS Extra game this month is Poker Club, which, as you can probably guess, is a simulation-based poker game. It offers a realistic and immersive poker experience where players can take on the role of a professional poker player rising through the ranks. The game features various modes and tournament formats, allowing players to engage in both single-player and multiplayer poker sessions. The variety of gameplay mechanics make this a fun option for gamers that enjoy poker. But as you can imagine, it can feel repetitive if you aren't invested in the nuances of poker strategy. Poker Club remains a solid choice for poker enthusiasts with a Metacritic score of an average 50. And for premium members, we only have 2 games being added this month, both retro games but available to play on PS4 and PS5. Firstly, we have Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings, originally released on the PS2. This is an action-adventure game set in the 1930s. Following the famous archaeologist, the game features a mix of exploration, puzzle solving, and combat. Medieval 2 is our second title this month, following the story of a skeletal knight who once again finds himself resurrected to battle evil forces threatening the kingdom of Gallowmere. With hack-and-slash combat, puzzle solving, and platforming elements, alongside a humorous tone and quirky characters, this is a fun, engaging game worth revisiting. So that's all the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games we can expect for January. What do you think of these? What are you looking forward to playing? Let me know your top picks in the comments below and hit subscribe for more gaming news and reviews.